What I'm saying is that him and the board did not plan the squad well.
Because money don't finish for first team
now
players.
Now you may use money buy Sakaba, use the own money buy Florian Wirtz.
Now let's get it started. Let's get it started.
Play ball! Okay, let's talk about Liverpool. Liverpool has been losing back to back. This is 5 games in a row. They have lost in when it comes to English competition. They won in the Champions League when it comes to English
domestic
competition. So Liverpool are struggling. Even though I'm not blame them in this game, if you look at the lineup,
why won't you blame them?
The only way I can blame them is that
name 2 starters in that Liverpool.
Why won't you blame them? Excuse me.
Let me see where I'm going to blame them. Because you had a whole summer to plan your squad.
Thank you.
Everybody planned their squad. Chelsea bought enough. Look at their second 11.
Thank you.
Good enough. Then there are a few under 21s there. Look at Arsenal there. Look at Manchester City. You had money. You decided to buy who you bought. So whose fault is it? So you had the whole summer. In fact, you had 1 whole year.
Thank you.
To build a whole squad that is good. Nobody is saying have world-class players on your bench. It was good enough.
Godwin, look at where I'm going to check you on, right? Before Pep appeared at Etihad, he had already said making connections on, I need this guy out, I need this player, I need this player, I need this. 2, look at Real Madrid last season. Shamefully lost the Copa del Rey, shamefully lost the La Liga title, shamefully clashed out. And what was the excuse? Our centre backs are not fit. You had the summer to make signings in that position, so that's not an excuse. You had that summer, you had the opportunity to make that signings because you know your squad. So I think it is complicit on the portion of Liverpool to come and cry that they lost this game because of this one and all those one. I think that one is rubbish because they had the summer to do that. They had those players. Slot has already taken over. They won the title, and the most important thing you do when you win the title is you sit down, look at your squad, and reinforce for the coming season, because it's always tougher to do it back to back. I should know. I've done it back to back to back to back to back. So the second point I'm going to give you in this instance now, why Liverpool cannot cry for anybody, is because it's not Liverpool under 29 versus these guys. It's Liverpool. So if you field a team the way you field them, you reap the consequences. QED.
They lost that game 3-0 against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace have been team that actually disturbing.
You see this excuse now we just give
Liverpool.
If City lose on weekend, give the same excuse.
No, I'm talking about the squad. They're not necessarily about the loss or not.
No. Let's go back to the squad. Let's go back to the squad depth. Because Arsenal don't get one. Because Arsenal don't get one squad depth now. We choke this season. We'll come now. Cut us Liverpool supposed to do overnight. Remember that this Arsenal squad depth is over 5 years or 6 years of Arteta on the job. Remember, this is Ancelot's first summer. He got the players he needed. Let's be realistic. Jota died, he would have stayed in the side. So we are sure that if Jota didn't die, we wouldn't have forced the sack move. We would have just rested with Ekitike because Ekitike already arrived. We will just rest with Ekitike and Diogo Jota. We know we're going to sell Darwin Núñez. We know we're going to sell Darwin Núñez, and we sold him on to the next one. We brought in Ekitike for that money. We didn't know this guy was leaving. Luis. He left to Bayern Munich. We don't already get Gakpo already. There was Gakpo before. There was squad depth. If you remember last season, there was squad depth with Gakpo and Luis playing on that left side. Now with Luis leaving, you had only Gakpo. You brought in Florian Wirtz, which I can play. So now you promoted. Thank you. Wait, I'm still getting somewhere. It's nobody's fault. It's a gradual process. You
After
brought in players.
£500 million.
You brought in players who could play first team football, not bench warmers.
Okay.
At the moment, then as the team progresses, you see where you are going to buy. As the team progresses, January next summer, you now buy support players.
So if they can't sack you in cup before you start building,
then
Thank you.
So what? So you are not telling me that because of that, they could have sacked after 2 years.
The point I'm trying to make,
I can't tell Liverpool to sign bench warmers and bench players after just one summer.
No, I'm not saying when Pep came to Manchester City, they bought enough players.
Thank you.
It's normal. You look at your squad. For example, it sometimes it works for you. Last season they didn't have enough injuries. They could bank on that. Liverpool. They could bank on
they have enough injuries as well.
They can bank on that and they survived. But sometimes it does not work. Sometimes imagine You have your team players living on injury. But the thing is that, but if you look at this squad for Liverpool, it does not make sense to me. If you have over 500 million pounds, you should plan your squad well.
Thank you.
You spend the money on the players you need.
That's one. Godwin, look at where I'm going to check Liverpool in a very uncommon way now. You had this same injury to Alisson last season. What was it, the differentiating factor? It was Kelly had the unsung hero in that goalkeeping position who did not concede as much as this Mama Dashmi shirt, Mama Dashvili, that is in that position. Kelly did a fantastic job in that position and he's out of the club now. You read what you saw.
Keller wants first team football, so he doesn't want to play second team, which is understandable too. He has to leave to play first team football because there is no way he was still going to bench Alisson, which made sense to me. But Liverpool, for example, I don't think that if you look at the press conference for and his slot, he's been talking. You will not excuse that. I cannot think I can excuse that. Liverpool fans, because whether I like it or not, that loss still compounds
yes,
to their problems.
Negatively,
that's
yes.
the problem. They will say that Liverpool lost, even if you feel under 9 in that team. So, like for example, and the sport was talking about if you saw Manchester City's starting 11 and they didn't have one starter from the weekend that made this squad for the Carabao Cup. That is squad depth. The same thing with Chelsea, squad depth. With them in Arsenal, squad depth. Everybody was planning their squad to make sure that their squad was enough to challenge, because everybody knows that you are going to play the FA Cup, the Champions League. It's going to be huge. You need to have a big squad, but they have their own plans. I think that him and the board need to sit down, especially at January, because Isaac is injured. If but imagine if he gets injured again, they are getting thinner in their squad. So
like I said, this is his first summer of signing players. He has to take his time to know where he's bringing in the reinforcement.
And take your time.
You cannot just buy. You cannot just go to the market and buy anything because you get money.
It's fine.
This is his first. He came into the Liverpool side. He saw a team working and he worked with the team like that without adding any player.
Nobody gave him a knock because of that.
Now the only player they added was Wait, let me finish. The only player they added was Federico Chiesa, and the team was working that way.
Mama, that's really true.
In the summer, coming that last season, he was. In the summer, they brought in Mama. That really came in after a loan spell, after he was signed in the previous season, and he came in after a loan spell. This summer, what he had to do was, okay, let's change a couple of players, the ones who are leaving. Let's change them up a bit. Then let's work with these players. Then we know where we're getting reinforcement. That's the plan, that's the goal, and that's what we are working with.
Yes.
If it's not working for you, fine. It's our time. Let us endure the loss.
Why I'm sitting.
Let us endure. Now we the fans. See, Godwin, no matter how you want to say, you know why you're saying it, and no matter how you want to carry a river. Before City squad this quality of, before City and any other person you want to mention, got this quality of squad depth. It took them almost 2 transfer or 3 transfer windows. I'm not saying 3 summers. It took them 3 or 4 transfer windows.
The point I'm trying
so Liverpool has had 1.
No, you made your bed. You will lie on it.
That's what I'm saying. If you look at Anislot's interview, he's still blaming everybody for this thing. So he's not
blaming anybody. He said if you look at.
If you look at bro, you are in charge of your club. Don't tell me if you look at Arsenal, you look at Chelsea. Bro, look at your own club.
Let me finish what he said now. He said nobody started a team of players that played in the weekend.
And then
which means he had to give some players the opportunity to play. He had to. So he's taking the blame. If you are listening, you are looking at that sentence from one angle. I had to. It's what I had to do. I had to field a certain group of players that has not played in the league for the past couple of games. Rion Gumoha, we've come here on this show and sang him praises that he's a very good player. He's done this, he's done that, even from the international break. And you saw him yesterday. He also put up a good numbers. Unyami played for club. He played for club. He's a very good player. We know him. He played a couple of games this season from a substitute angle, and he's played well. And again, the only problem I had with, if you wanted to play with all the squad players and all of that, Robertson has not started any Premier League games this season. He's not started Premier League games, and he didn't start in the weekend. He played again, and he played as a centre back, which is the only experienced player in the team. But playing as a centre back was where I had an offing for and slot. But again, good one for him. He had to rotate the squad, and he did. And the players he put in, they put up the fight, but it was not fighting enough.
At the end of the day,
the fight was not enough. So on to the next one, please.
We are not entering the next one.
At the end of
you
the
have
day,
no excuse.
They said that Arsenal lost the league because of squad depth.
Thank you.
And my point is that it's your responsibility.
Thank you.
He has taken.
Sure make sure that you have a squad. I'm not saying that it doesn't. It's normal.
He has taken the responsibility that he opted to field in.
I know. The point is that what I'm saying is that him and the board did not plan the squad well.
Because money don't finish for first team
now
players.
Now you may use money buy Sakaba, use the own money buy Florian Wirtz.
When you use your own money buy Jack Grealish, where they give you 2 goals this season.
He gave me a treble, man. For
when
all
you use your money,
all you want to talk about Jack Grealish,
when you use your money,
river, bro.
When you use your money,
he gave me a treble. Buy me a river, bro.
He gave me a treble from the bench.
It's Liverpool, it's Arne Slot and the boss. They have to sit down and plan the
squad.
If it does not work, for example, as he made,
like I said,
like he made the argument for other clubs. Chelsea was buying players because they know that they have a lot of competition, common sense. Arsenal was buying a lot of players.
You don't know say you get competition.
And remember,
and this
you don't know say you didn't say you go continue like last season.
If you are talking about first thing of signing, remember Maresca was there last season.
Thank
and
you.
They bought almost 10 players. It's common sense.
They bought, not the Maresca buy.
You know what I mean? The board bought all those players are finding a place in that team right now.
How these players are finding which team?
They are finding a place in that team. Simple.
The point I'm trying to make is common sense for the board and the coach to know that if you are playing all competition, you need to buy players. Chelsea understands that.
And we bought.
Liverpool understands that.
We have bought. We are buying.
Well, nobody should just.
We are buying. So he's not complaining.
Don't come and cry in the public that you don't have the type of debt.
You are the one. You are the one.
Spend money to do that.
You are the one, Robin.
He
didn't tell you didn't have the quality of depth. He just told you he needed to rotate squad.
Cry me a river.
Because it doesn't have depth.
Everybody rotated.
You know me. So wait, what are you telling me now? Wait, let me not understand this now because you're not making it sound like because it doesn't have depth. If you look at the team, 11 players play. I think he did extra 4 subs. Extra 4 subs of players where some of them we don't know. So not the players be that. Now goats come play the match.
Okay.
Everybody has.
Now players play.
Everybody has under 21.
Everybody got under 21.
Now players.
Of all the big 4 that played yesterday, how many of them played?
Now how old?
How many of them played?
Wait, Esteban now how old? Gittins now how old?
They bought them, Abi.
Thank you.
They bought them for the academy.
And they bought them
for the future.
They didn't buy them for academy.
They bought them for the future, yes or no?
They didn't buy them for academy, please. Don't say that. Thank you. Thank you.
Rio Ngomo have played first team football last season.
How many games he played? Thank you. You cannot compare him to Gittins that played the full season last season. Don't come and say that, please.
For example, Gittins played the full season for Dortmund. He's a bench warmer at Chelsea.
Thank you.
Garnacho played for
he's still first team.
I'm not saying Liverpool has.
No matter how you want to say it, they played a starting 11 that worked, but was not working enough, and they even got a red card.
Where the starting 11 work?
They got a red card to get to
target.
Okay, finally.
You have starting how many shots on target? What was your XG? What was your average XG?
You see what I do now?
You carry players when you grow from your academy, come they tell me say
you reach another person. You reach another person team. You reach another person team. Your voice. You reach another person team. Your voice don't loud. If your team lose, make your voice loud like this.
It's not about being loud or not.
Like I said.
You can't give him that.
No matter how you want to give him placard on the players he brought in academy graduate. Saka, Nwaneri, Doma, we start Arsenal. Yesterday, now all academy graduates.
All of them are starters for the team.
Remember, after how many years? Nwaneri, Doma, Saka, now academy graduates.
How many?
If you not give him opportunity, you not gonna know how good.
How many of those guys that started yesterday for Liverpool have had 1 season of playing for the first team? How many of them?
Rio Ngumoha, Nyomi. Make I continue.
Just to.
Federico Chiesa.
Federico Chiesa is not an academy player. Please.
I'm just a player that started. You say last yesterday.
No,
then
he's
again,
not an academy player.
In that same first.
Don't tell me that.
In that same team that started yesterday, there was a McAllister that played.
The point I'm trying to make in all these arguments is that out of the whole top 6, even Tottenham had a better bench than them.
Thank
it
you.
Not make sense.
Thank you.
It's not
when we go to the market, when we find the crack in the first team, first of all, we are building our first team. Full stop. End of story.
At the end of the day, because at
first
the end
team
of the day,
first. After building first team, then we look for patch.
When you go on social media, it's just common sense for a club to build a squad very well when they have a full squad, so that these things will not happen, because you cannot always rely on your first team, because injuries can happen, lack of form can happen, a lot of things can happen, so that you have substitute. Like Chelsea, let's be that you bought and it's not working.
Thank you.
Because there is no way you can use under 21 and it's sustainable in any club, no matter how you want to see it. But they decided to spend their whole money on Isak, which is 150 million, spend 90 million on Ekitike, spend 100 and something million
120 on Florian Wirtz.
So they spend the money on 3 players, which is understandable, quality players, but you could see how it's affecting those score. But let's see, but in this particular game, we're not taking anything away from Crystal Palace, because Crystal Palace
a good side.
And
they've been a thorn in Liverpool's flesh for the past 2 seasons.
This game 3 goals to 0. Wait, have you subscribed? Please subscribe to the channel. Now, as I'm talking to you, please subscribe to the channel. Remember to like, comment, and share this video.